We have interesting, new, up-to-date theories from all around the world sent in by you all that's going to make us question every single thing. Thank you, Titan, for all the videos that I'm about to show.
Bruh, the entire internet just broke again in the morning. You was wondering why your apps or your internet wasn't working? It wasn't your phone, and it's not your Wi-Fi. It's not your fault. The whole thing started because of the Cloudflare outage. Yes, the Cloudflare. It went down, and the whole internet globally got up. X down, ChatGPT down, Spotify down, OpenAI down. I believe Facebook down. A lot of things is down that has to do with Cloudflare. You had people tripping out like, I know I paid my Wi-Fi bill. I know I paid my phone bill. So why that junk tweaking? Then you had people typing in Google, searching up the error that they kept having pop up. Y'all don't understand how crazy this is? One company owns a huge part of the internet. And now we're seeing the results of that. When it goes down, everything that it owns go down. That's why people woke up in the morning and was searching internet outage. Runs half of these apps. Crazy, fool. They got so much power. This wasn't a glitch, y'all. It's more like a warning. A global internet failure happening in real time. Again. If you didn't know, this just shows how fragile everything is and can be. So there you go. If you was wondering why your was tweaking, I just let you know. And if you want to be updated on more news and everything like that, you already know what to do. Hit that follow button.
Oh my goodness. This is one of the wildest things I have seen, and this is not your average robot. This is the Clone Alpha by Clone Robotics, and this contains all 206 bones that the human body contains, and they are fully articulated with artificial ligaments and connective tissues. Now, they're very high on the hand function of these robots. I'm going to show you the raw clip in a second, but just listen to this. The hand functions with human-level thumbs, surgical precision, a trigger finger, and it is compatible with human tools. And it's not gonna walk like other robots. It says, finally, a robot that walks naturally. And it says, do it once and the clone will do it forever. They have a telekinesis training platform. I don't even know how that's possible. This technology is absolutely insane. I guess you can reserve one of these things this year in 2025, but just check out the raw clip and the music that they use.
I tell y'all, that's not it. I'm talking about you can get one. No. Watch iRobot if I need a reminder. They out here worried about making robots human-like and having them walk like humans, and what they see one time they can do forever. But somebody posted in the comments and was like, but they can't help veterans and the paralyzed. And then you already know the infamous line of like people telling us that Terminator was a documentary, and so was The Matrix. Those was not movies. Those was documentaries.
Wake up. This world is not what you think it is. I've been around for 71 years. In the last 53 years, I have spent my life in the world of the occult. The word occult is a Latin word meaning hidden. Everything that's of any importance has been hidden. The guys at the top know stuff you don't know. I made it my business to find out. And the one thing that has absolutely astounded me is how much we don't know about the world we live in. So I would say to young people watching, you better wake up and get a life and start figuring out who owns you. What is all this crap about people owning your body on the New York Stock Exchange?
So you recommend self-education for the solution?
Self-education.
I completely agree. I think the state education is run by the mafia, and we have private schools, which are businesses, so self-education.
Right.
Quote popped up in my mind when he was talking, because I had just ran across this quote. It's kind of been on my feed like all week, but the quote says, a child educated only at school is an uneducated child. Y'all know what they're doing to the school system. Y'all know what they're teaching us, how they're trying to erase history. It's plenty of things that the school system has taught us where it's like, that's wrong, that's false information, that's inaccurate. So that's why I like that quote, because they're not teaching us what we even need to be knowing anyway. The main thing that they should be teaching you about, they want to keep you away from the Bible, Torah. That's our history book. That's what we need to know. We need to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments.
Share this immediately. I don't even care about likes or anything else. We just need to try to break the algorithm because the Mango Mussolini owns this app and it will be taken down just like all of the others are, and it will happen quickly. I cannot ever remember being more sick to my stomach in my life. I just watched a major news host go on national television and casually downplay the abuse of 14 and 15-year-old kids. Kids! As if harming them is somehow less serious than harming younger children. As if there's some kind of sliding scale of humanity where older kids magically don't count. And she said it like she was talking about the weather. Like it was nothing. Like we're all supposed to nod along with this craziness. No, absolutely not. And we all know why this narrative is being floated right now. This is the warm-up act. This is the softening of the ground because there are powerful people, extremely powerful people who are terrified about what the public is about to learn. People with titles, people with offices, people with recognizable last names, and I don't care what letter comes after their name, R.D. whatever, because abuse is not partisan. Predators don't get to hide behind political branding. What we are hearing right now is the first attempt to rewrite the moral code, to normalize the unthinkable, to pre-excuse crimes against kids, because the people involved are important, and it's disgusting. And the fact that a woman with a national platform is out here minimizing the abuse of teenagers by calling them almost legal or barely legal. What are we even doing? What timeline is this?
Desensitization.
Who benefits from this kind of framing? Because it's sure not the survivors. This is how the powerful protect the powerful. This is how grooming becomes misunderstanding.
Watering down information.
This is how exploitation becomes scandal.
He has such a point.
Crimes get rebranded as bad decisions. And I'm done. I am sick of this. We should all be sick of this. All of us. These are children. They do not exist to be harmed, touched, preyed upon, or used by adults. Rich, famous, presidential, or otherwise. So when are we going to be done with this? Are you done? I'm done. When are we going to stop letting people with microphones shift the narrative around abuse? When are we going to stop giving cover to the most powerful offenders in this country? Because I promise you this, the truth is coming. And no amount of preemptive spin is going to make it any easier or any less horrifying. Get in the streets and stay pissed off. It's time for billionaires to be behind bars.
So the woman that he's talking about is Megyn Kelly, and Megyn Kelly herself has a teen daughter. So to say that and you have one is crazy. Saying teenagers aren't children. Why is if you control the media, control the narrative, you control the people. Entertainment is used for propaganda.
We was just talking about how it feels like a second springtime outside, how the birds is chirping, the bees is buzzing, and the flowers were still in bloom. I promise you on Saturday I walked outside, it felt like springtime. I look up and I see clouds coming in our direction. I promise you when those clouds got close enough to us, the temperature dropped drastically. We could have been outside in a hoodie. I could have been outside in this and been good. When them clouds came in, the temperature dropped at least 10-20 degrees. It turned to winter outside. For entertainment purposes only, it's the clouds. It is the clouds. And, you know, people have come on here entertaining us with videos about cloud seeding and things that they can put into the atmosphere to make it cold for entertainment purposes only. It is supposed to be warm outside. What we are experiencing, this cold that just came out of nowhere, nature did not bring this for entertainment purposes only. It is cold, the wind is blowing, and it doesn't even, the earth don't even want that. for entertainment purposes only. There's no reason. Look, the marigolds is still holding on, but these clouds are bringing in a nice cold front. And if we get snow this winter for entertainment purposes only, I don't think that is made snow. Nah. But this is for entertainment purposes only.
Part 2? Question mark? We know Denver, them airports is not good. I'm gonna read a few things that people were saying in the comment section. They said that there's tunnels all over Denver. Back in the day, they were used so the rich folks didn't have to be amongst the poor and the horse dung. Some are used for underground raves. Others you must stay away as there is a very sketchy activity taking place. Government and regular people alike, please be careful. Remember, graffiti equals safe. No graffiti / electricity / cameras equals not safe. Get out. I'm not gonna lie, that makes sense. Graffiti equals safe. Somebody said that there's a tunnel that connects Denver's Health to a Freemason lodge. Denver international airports have huge tunnels that connect to other states. It goes far beyond Denver. What is up with them in tunnels?
The tops of these massive ancient tree stumps reveal another secret. The waterfalls protruding
files will finally be released.
What happened?
The House and the Senate both passed the Epstein files release. The House voted 427-1. The Senate voted
Dang.
yeah. Now the Epstein files will fully be released within the next 30 days. And Trump said only the Democrats are in it. That Trump has never spent any time with Epstein. Only the Democrats have.
But they told us Trump was in it. He's not in it anymore?
No, because for the past few months, the FBI has been redacting Donald Trump's name. And Trump said himself that only the Democrats are in it now. And that Trump has never spent any time with Epstein or been to his island. Months ago, an undercover DOJ agent that the FBI also redacted Republicans' name out. Specifically left the Democrats. But the DOJ agent didn't know he was being recorded. Because the undercover reporter pretended to not know who he was.
So they're going to give us the Epstein files with a bunch of blacked out names?
Yes, and Mike Johnson made an excuse for it today. Saying he doesn't want to make any more new victims by revealing who was in those files. Some of those people are innocent. And there's women
We're releasing the Epstein files to get justice for those survivors. So what is he talking about?
You would know if you would let me finish. Listen close, mustache boy. The Epstein files they're going to show you will have redacted names and will likely be published to only blame Democrats, turning PDF behavior into a political game. And the survivors even told Trump live on air, stop making this political. But it's too late.
So then what was the point of all of this?
Man.
We need to protect the billionaires.
This is how the Epstein files is gonna look. Completely blacked out with information that we do not care about. Because they're trying to protect those billionaires. So it's like, we're gonna give you what you want, but it ain't gonna be what you like.
We talk about how the new Amazing World of Gumball reboot is essentially Black Mirror for kids. And I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily. So peep this episode, right? So Gumball and Darwin are trying to find a healthy dinner option because they keep seeing these Joyful Burger commercials coming on. So they go to this restaurant that's supposed to be healthier, and it's actually at the back of Joyful Burger. And what they find by going in there is that essentially they take the same Joyful Burger ingredients and chop it up into something healthy. But once they realize that they use the exact same ingredients from the connected Joyful Burger restaurant, they decide that they need to go to the grocery store to get their own food. But while grocery shopping, they're realizing that all of the foods that they want to get is highly chemicalized and genetically modified, all the things that we know about today, but they're talking about it in this kids show. I'm talking about pulling no punches. So they finally decided they can get an organic avocado, but it costs so much. And then by the time they get out of the grocery store, it already wilts or withers and rots. So their hunger continues to increase. They head home and they say, yo, we got to plant our own food. So they go through this whole time-lapse montage where they're building their own garden and farming their own food. And then finally they get their crops. And as soon as they're about to pluck and eat. An employee representative of essentially Monsanto, and if you don't know about Monsanto and the seeds and what farmers are allowed to use and not use, you need to look that up, but Gumball is hip. That employee comes to them and says, ooh, you're not allowed to use those seeds. You have to use our seeds. And they have to confiscate all of their crops. And for those of you that know about Monsanto, know that this is completely real. They will send agents to farmers who have grown seeds that aren't approved, and they will sue you to high heaven. You will never, ever be a farmer again or work at all. And it's a whole blackmail thing. The number still works to this day, mind you. It's been in effect since like the 80s, maybe even before that. So they're like, how in the world are we going to eat? They're hungry. They done did all this. And they are like, yo, this is ridiculous. Then the employee that came to pretty much confiscate all of their crops told them about his manager or his boss, Build-A-Burger. I'm like, what? I'm over here watching this with my daughter like all ears. So they go to the top of this building, this corporation, where they want to meet this boss, Build-A-Burger. They're tired, hungry, frustrated, and they finally get there. And the boss turns around and he's a literal burger. And they essentially ask him, why are you doing this? Why are you monopolizing the entire food industry? Why can't we just have healthy options? And then he goes to play this ad montage of how people are stupid. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Gumball and Darwin's stomachs are rumbling and they're looking at this burger and they're like, yo, we finna eat this dude. Essentially representing eating the rich.
Oh, dang.
And, you know, Build-A-Burger. If you know, you know. I'm completely amazed. I'm like, bravo, clapping, breaking it down to my 8-year-old about some of these things that she's old enough to know about. We make sure that she's hip to some of these things so that she doesn't fall victim to the tasteless poison in this U.S. society. You feel me? We got to raise these babies correct.
Hallelujah.
I'm still coming out of mini matrices myself. But I just thought it was an amazing episode with a great message, and they really like jumped off the porch with this one. It's kind of like how Animaniacs used to be. You know, they would have political references and different things like that. That was like adult humor, but this is taking it to the next level. Like, this is legit Black Mirror, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm invested in the amazing, the wonderful weird world of Gumball. That's the reboot. Have y'all seen this episode?
I haven't. Or any episode.
If not, go watch that junk and come back to this comment section and let me know what you think.
Do I have any Gumball fans? Isn't that a show that's on Cartoon Network? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I haven't seen any Gumball like shows, episodes. I know we react to some stuff on here, but I never actually went to go and watch it. So they said that Gumball's been woke. It always was. And then somebody had mentioned that it's very interesting that there's a literal burger selling burgers. They said. What else was mentioned that caught my eye was, because I was big on the Twilight Zone. Somebody said that the Twilight Zone was the 70s and 80s Black Mirror, which is so true. The Twilight Zone was also saying some stuff, and they have seasons. I'm talking about seasons full of episodes.
If you had to choose, would you rather know what was going on in Antarctica, the Vatican, or Area 51? Because the rabbit holes of secrets just feel never ending. When I was thinking about the Vatican earlier, I was like, think about the fact that the Bible itself had 80 books in the 1600s. Now we're down to 66, and they removed things like giants, dragons, sirens, Enoch, the Book of Mary Magdalene. All of these different things are hidden from us, and we just don't even know why. Nevertheless, I saw this guy talking about the fact that there were 200 angels that fell from the sky, and around the earth we have 190 craters that have no rock or rubble that were ever found. And then this other person was like, yeah, 10 of them fell into the ocean. Then this lady blew my mind because she was like, what if that's what took the dinosaurs? And why would there be a book about dragons if dragons never existed? And I've gone down so many rabbit holes in the last couple of days that my mind is completely depleted and exhausted, but I'm also super intrigued and I just want to know more. But I feel like I'm just going in circles because every time I uncover a layer, I end up looking into something else that has nothing to do with what I was looking for, and then I'm just stuck because I'm like, I didn't know this either. So what do y'all think about this? Like, if you had to choose, what would you go to first? Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't even know. Let me know what other crazy rabbit hole has recently come out that you've been going down under. Share this so that we can keep this discussion going. Like, follow, stay for some more tea. I appreciate y'all support. Bye.
Sit down, your show is on. Let's talk about Siren. Y'all went crazy for this last video, almost 1 million views. clearly I'm not the only crazy person around here. I'm gonna keep yapping about it. I hope you don't mind. So yeah, y'all, the crazy thing about it is that people will literally sit here and say that sirens aren't real, the demonic marine kingdom isn't real, this isn't real, that isn't real. But baby, you don't know anything about it. Only 5% of the ocean is explored. And do y'all remember when it was like mad people in the Navy coming out and saying that they've seen some things in the ocean? That the Navy are the ones that were with Congress talking about there's a presence in the ocean, there's something unexplainable, there are UAP. They have seen things in those waters that they can't even talk about because they're under non-disclosure agreement. Why do you have an NDA? Why can't we know what's out there? I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Go look up Sauce 90. You're gonna see bro, that man has proof of sirens. He literally does. There's even a video that he has where you can clearly hear the siren saying jump for me. Like, I promise you. And another video when he's like in the middle of the night, in the middle of the water, he's on his boat, and then there's these two creatures swimming super fast along with his boat, and you cannot tell me that's a dolphin. Like, don't try me. And then do y'all remember when it was like mad ocean fires that were happening? I believe it was all over the Pacific. And then they started detonating bombs in the middle of the ocean for no reason, practicing, testing it out. For what? Coincidentally, this is directly after the bloop, that huge sound that scientists could not explain. And it was around Antarctica. Y'all already know what I feel about Antarctica. If you want me to talk about Antarctica again, we could really get into the tea because there is so much to talk about. It is so spooky. But yeah, they heard the bloop. Now y'all trying to tell us it's icebergs rubbing together. So y'all never heard some icebergs before. Why were y'all so scared? And then to top it all off, do y'all remember when all the animals, the sea animals, were beaching themselves and looked like all of them were running from something? I just feel like we moved past things a little too quick for my liking, because why are we not talking about this? Y'all just think about it. The Mariana Trench is deeper than the Mount Everest is tall. Like, it's literally deeper than that. And scientists have reported hearing a loud metal clanging at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Nope.
What? It must be hell. I don't know. It must be them fallen angels down there that are bound under the sea or something. I don't know, because I don't know what the clanging could be. And part of me feels like I don't even want to find out. Anyway, y'all, as always, make sure you like and follow. Comment down below if y'all want me to keep this show going. We keep talking about it.
So now they want every American to wear a device called a wearable. RFK said in 4 years, he wants every American to have this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is just another precursor to get everybody later on to take the mark of the beast. That's what these things are. That's what these concepts are. It's to groom people beforehand to be okay with accepting a worldwide thing that everyone has to have. That's what this is. Apparently a wearable is what they're introducing. It's like a watch, and you would wear it and it will track your health, every part of your health, like everything. And it will be able to tell you if something is wrong, which in theory sounds like a good thing for sure. However, it would also track where you are, and each device will be registered to said person, and it will track you whether or not you want it to. This could be very dangerous because, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, allegedly, TikTok, let's say if you got a sickness, let's say if it was something like, and you got, and they were able to track exactly where you were because the watch told them that you had, and they come and they get you. Physically, they come and they pick you up and take you to quarantine or something like that. That's weird. Or imagine you just have any other sickness or illness. They can now detect that with the watch. You can't hide from it, and they're gonna come and get you. Not to mention, it will be able to track a whole bunch of other things. So this is one of those things. If they say every single American has to have it, obviously they're pushing an agenda. It's not, oh, if they want to, it's no, you have to in 4 years. In 4 years, this is something you're going to have to do. That's what they're saying. And you might say, well, we already wear watches and phones, and we already have these devices checked. You have it voluntarily. This thing you will not have voluntarily, and if you don't have it, it will be greatly frowned upon, and you never know what the consequences may be. Everyone doesn't have to have an iPhone or an Apple Watch or Android. You chose to have that. This is one of the things that's going to be probably given to you for free. Beware of these types of things given to you for free. And God is doing us a big favor because he is showing us precursors beforehand. He's showing us these things that are going to take place in the future, but he's showing us beforehand to get us prepared. So if you're failing the quiz, you will for sure fail the test when it does come.
Can you guys stop tagging Candace in videos about Charlie and saying, oh my God, Candace needs to look into this. Candace needs to investigate. Oh my God, does Candace know about this? Don't worry, Candace is gonna get to the bottom of this. No, she isn't. She is literally controlled opposition. I don't even think she's real at this point. I think she's AI. And her entire purpose is to intentionally lead you down the wrong path. She only talks about things that are extremely obvious and things that you already know. She doesn't talk about how Tyler's shadow goes away when he hits the second part of the roof. She's never talked about the video where the chair phases right through the table. She's never talked about how there's no blood trail to the car and how there's 0 blood on Charlie's perfectly white shoes. She doesn't talk about the Snake Eyes movie. She doesn't talk about anything that actually matters. She's controlled opposition, and there's no debating that.
Perkyy wasn't just talking BS.
Baron Davis can make a shot from anywhere on the court. Is it magic or is it magnets? Tiny magnets placed on the ball, ensuring a strong attraction to the metal rim. Watch. And when Baron needs more magnets, Baron gets more magnets. Don't believe me? Watch the NBA playoffs and you'll see there's really no other explanation.
One of my favorite NBA conspiracy theories, which would explain a lot of the crazy bounces we've seen, such as the Kawhi Game 6 buzzer beater, is that the hoops have magnets on them, which can change if a shot will go in or rim out. And I just found a video of Steph Curry shooting in warm-ups before the magnets were activated, which proves this theory is real.
This is a work of art. This is a work of art. This is a work of art. But this is...
Steph Curry showing us once again that the NBA uses magnets. Okay, now that can happen. Believable, I've done this before also. Pure luck. Fool me once, put the blame on me. Fool me twice, then shame on you. You are not a hero, sir. You have a master.
Shame. Not even an honorable mention. What happened to the heroes?
Chip is right here in this spot, and it makes sense because on the other side there's the air side of it, even though it has the Bluetooth logo, but this is where it must be. Okay, you got it. Look at that thing. All right, is this it? You think that's it?
Yeah,
it has to be. I still don't know much more. When I was throwing this up earlier, the ball, it felt like it was a little bit lopsided. It seems like that's heavy enough to make it wobble. Oh, yes. What's inside of this sensor that's inside of the Wilson X ball?
What is it, liquid?
Oh, it's battery.
It's having a baby. Whoa! What?
I wonder if it moves inside that little capsule.
When the ball spins, it can sense the rotation of it. That is interesting. And on this top side, it looks like it's the battery, like right there.
Yeah.
It's gotta have something to get that RFID chip.
So does it ever die?
I don't know. Well, I just chopped the battery out of it. That's a pretty heavy-duty battery. Will it run out of battery? It could. This is all the technology inside of it with the motherboard, the chips inside.
You can definitely see.
Now we all know whenever you shoot a basketball, it's supposed to bounce off the rim if it doesn't go in, assuming you don't airball or flat out brick off the backboard. Now I would love for somebody to explain this shot to me. Ball is sitting on the top of the rim. It didn't bounce. And to all the trolls that love to say, oh, it's just physics, that's what a ball did that. I would love for you to physics your way out of this one.
What the heck? How does that happen?
If you really think there's not magnets in this, after watching these, I don't know what to tell you. Now, I played basketball my entire life, and not once has this ever happened shooting the ball. The ball doesn't sit this long on the front of the rim and go in. If you say it does, you just playing 2K and you gotta
video an hour long if I wanted to. There are tons of videos on YouTube with these magnetic balls getting guided into the hoop. I just didn't really feel like making a video an hour long, because if you believe it, you believe it. If you
not in between the legs,
the NBA is real, then none of this will make sense to you, and just enjoy watching it.
I think the most craziest thing is looking at stuff that we used to think was so real, and the truth just exposing everything, exposing all those lies. It's the same with WWE. I think I didn't know WWE was fake or WWF until I think somebody told me or they showed me. And I was like, we have to remember sports is entertainment. Sports is entertainment. That is truly what it is. So the magnets in the balls, the playoffs with the NFL and who's gonna win and all this stuff is all scripted. I remember seeing that video though, but they added a little bit more videos that I hadn't seen before, so that's why I continued watching it. And then plus it'd be new people on this channel. It's so much conspiracy theories that we have reacted to where not everyone sees the video, so that's lovely to keep that one on there. But Kyrie Irving said himself, it's all rigged. The NBA uses magnetic rims and the ball has a magnet inside. Adam Silver controls the ball with a remote at home. The NBA is coming for me. Because ever since he kind of been putting out some stuff, he has not been the same. I was going to react to some more. I'm going to end it here. Lovely, lovely video to end off on. Again, sports, entertainment, fake. Do it to get our eye while they're doing something bigger behind the scenes. It's just how it goes. But y'all see the earphones is out the ear, so y'all know that means that the video's over. Shout out to Titan Slayer. I think you did all those videos. Those are all Titan Slayer's videos. I don't think I shouted out anybody else. Yeah, so shout out to you for all those videos. Truly, truly appreciate it. You was going in. The Candace video was interesting. The wearable with the watch was interesting. The girl that always talks about the ocean, those is always interesting. But the gumball one makes me want to go and watch that video to see what they're showing, because I know that they was exposing like that. So that was pretty cool and very unique. But shout out to Titan Slayer for these videos. I truly appreciate it. Again, if you guys want your video featured on here, if you have some conspiracy theories that you found that you love, that are your favorite, go ahead and join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. I have a thread called Conspiracy Theories Reactions where I see it. That's how I react to it, upload on the big screen. So shout out to those that have been dropping videos in the chat. And then shout out to those that are just now about to join the Discord to drop videos in the chat. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I do want to say that these are all up-to-date videos. Thank you to, again, for all the love and support that you guys just have been showing on a continual basis. Whether you guys have liked, you have commented, you have subscribed, you have shared, you have shopped the merch, which is shopperkyy.com. Link is in the description down below. Make sure to go check out the merch. We have something on there for everyone, so make sure to go check it out. When you happen to buy, take a picture and send it to me so I can feature you on the website. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much in advance to everyone that has shown their love and support. So hallelujah. I do want to give all kabod, all esteem, and all praises to our Saba Yahuwah and our Abba, our Adonai Yahusha HaMashiach, because they have truly been blessing me. They are the reasons why I'm here, in other words, because they work in and through me, so I have to give credit and honor where it's due. I'm just a vessel that they are working through. I do want to say that I'm a steward over what they rightfully own, because this is their channel and they're just allowing me to be a steward over it. If I'm going to boast, I'm going to boast in Yahuwah and Yahusha and never myself, because it's what they're doing in and through me. It's not nothing that I'm doing. I want to remain humble, so I don't got to get humble. And then also Yahuwah is very big on he resists the proud and he gives grace to the humble. And also that if we humble ourselves in the sight of Yahuwah, that he will exalt us. Hallelujah and Todah, which is thank you to our Saba Yahuwah and our Abba Yahusha HaMashiach. Y'all, we're on the road to 900,000 people. 900K is still mind-blowing. Still mind-blowing. But all praises, all esteem to Yahuwah and Yahusha. But that is all for this video. Pray you guys enjoyed it. Let me know which one was your favorite video. Which one was your favorite reaction? Which one was your favorite theory? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I do interact. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth.